Good morning to all my dear students. You all are welcome to this video session of SS where today we are going to start from the new topic. Now let's see the picture which is given here is the High Court of the Madras. Now the topic says students a very interesting case is given here. Listen it very carefully. You will understand the judicial system of the India. Are these different levels of courts connected to each other? Now yesterday in one of the session we have discussed that the system of the court starts at the lower level, which is known as the subordinate courts. In the middle it comes the high court, and on the top of the level the supreme court it is there. Now let's take an example. One question which has been asked to us: are these courts interrelated to each other? Of course the answer will be yes, they are. In India we have an integrated judicial system, meaning that the decisions made by the higher courts are binding on the lower courts. Now in India, whenever any kind of the decision it is there, it should be have an integrated judicial system. Integrated suggests that the courts are interconnected to each other, meaning that the decisions taken by the high court are taken consideration of the binding of these lower courts. Another way to understand this integration is through the appellate system that exists in India. Another way to understand this one is the appellate system. Now appellate system is such a kind of system in which the appellate tribunal is working, appellate court it is working. Now students, this means that a person can appeal to a higher court if they believe that the judgment passed by the lower court is not just. Now, whenever the court system and judicial system is made in the nation, and one wants to appeal to the high court whether he feels that the judgment made by the lower subordinate court is not proper, and due to his belief he can appeal and he can file his case to the upper court, which may be considered as the high court. Now we'll try to understand this by taking as one of the example which has been discussed here. Let's understand this, what we mean by appellate system by tracking a case. We'll understand one of the case which is the state Delhi administration versus the Lakshman Kumar and others 1985 from the lower courts to the Supreme Court. Now the case starts with in February 1980, Lakshman Kumar married 20-year-old Sudha Goyal. Lakshman Kumar is a man who married a woman whose name is Sudha Goyal in 1980, and they lived in a flat in Delhi with Lakshman's brother and their families. And the couple was living with the family of Lakshman, who is having two brothers. On 2nd December 1980, it means when they were married, it was the month of February, and on 2nd December, it means within the 10 months, 1980, Sudha died in hospital due to the burns. Sudha died because she faced the burn on her body. Her family filed a case in court. When this case was heard in the trial court, four of her neighbors were called in as the witnesses. Now her family, it means Sudha's family, has filed a case in the court that it may be possible that Lakshman's family could have forced or any kind of the thing what it has been done to the Sudha, and they have filed a case to the lower courts, which is named as the trial court. And the trial court, what it has done for the primary investigation, it has called four of the eyewitnesses over there present. And they stated that on the night of December 1, they had heard Sudha screamed and forced their way into Lakshman's flat. And four of the witnesses said that on the December 1st midnight, on the December 1st night, means Sudha died on 2nd December, on 1st December, a day before, they heard the scream, they heard the voice of the Sudha screaming from her flat, and four of them have forcibly went into that flat that if anything had happened to Sudha. And they saw Sudha standing with her sari in flames. They extinguished the fire by wrapping Sudha in a gunny bag and a blanket. Sudha told them that her mother-in-law Shakuntala had poured kerosene oil on her and her husband Lakshman had lit the fire. And Sudha was there in a sari, and she had caught the fire, and the eyewitnesses had told them when they went into Sudha's flat she was burning, and Sudha said that her mother-in-law had poured kerosene oil on her. And her husband Lakshman had lit the fire, and due to that reason the neighbors went into their flat and they put some gunny bags and the blankets to extinguish the fire. And during the trial, members of Sudha's family and a neighbor stated that Sudha had been subjected to torture by her in-laws and that they were demanding more cash, a scooter and a fridge on the birth of the first child. And her neighbors, which were considered as the eyewitnesses of that case, told that every time Lakshman and his family was demanding some of the things when the first child was born into that family, and they were demanding a scooter, a fridge and etc kind of the things when there was a birth of the first child. As a part of their defense, Lakshman and his mother stated that Sudha's sari had accidentally caught fire while she was heating milk. On the basis of this and other evidences, the trial court convicted Lakshman, his mother Shakuntala and his brother-in-law Subhash Chandra and sentenced all three of them to the death. And as a part of this case, the all family members of the Lakshman, due to they were in a fault, they asked the court that it was not the real case. When Sudha was eating the milk, her sari caught the fire. Now in hospital 1983, the three accused and the trial court basically sentenced them to the death. Now November 1983, the three accused went to the High Court to appeal against this verdict of the trial court. The High Court, after hearing the arguments of all the lawyers, decided that Sudha had died due to an accidental fire caused by the kerosene stove. Lakshman, Shakuntala and Subhash Chandra were acquitted. Now in November, it means within a period of 1 year, within a period of 3 years, this all got happened in 1980. And within a period of 3 years, the Lakshman's family went to the High Court to file this case because they were feeling that court has done injustice. Now see, one example is given here. When the trial court, Lakshman's family had felt that the court has not done the proper justice to them, they all three went to the High Court and they have done the arguments that Sudha's sari accidentally caught the fire and they were not that who had lit the fire and kerosene and poured into that fire. And you may remember the photo essay on the women's movement in class 7th book. You read about how in the 1980s women's group across the country spoke out against dowry deaths, and in previous classes we have seen in 1980 was the year when dowry's death was done, when women were not giving proper dowry to the family in-laws, so they were being convicted to the death. And this is one such case of the dowry. They protested against the failure of courts to bring these cases to the justice, and all the women have said to the court that court is not doing proper justice to them. And the above High Court judgment deeply troubled women, and they held demonstrations and filed a separate appeal against the High Court decision in the Supreme Court through the Indian Federation of the Women Lawyers. And the above High Court judgment troubled the women, and they held demonstration and filed a separate appeal against the High Court decision in the Supreme Court. Now all the women in that 1980, it was a different case of the dowry, felt that High Court is not doing the proper justice to them. They filed this case to the Supreme Court, and the lawyer which was fighting for this case was from the Indian Federation of the Women Lawyers. In 1985, the Supreme Court heard this appeal against the acquittal of Lakshman and the two members of his family. The Supreme Court heard the arguments of the lawyers and reached a decision that was different from that of the High Court. And in 1985, this case against for this Lakshman and the Sudha, when Sudha died on 2nd December 1980, went to Supreme Court, and High Court's decision was different. And Supreme Court heard all the lawyers, all the persons, witnesses, and gathered all the information, and at last reached a conclusion that they found Lakshman and his mother guilty but acquitted the brother-in-law Subhash because they did not have enough evidence against him. And for this case, Lakshman means Sudha's husband and Sudha's mother-in-law. So the Supreme Court have given the decision that the two, which is we have discussed, that mother-in-law and the husband of Sudha are acquitted persons, and they should be given the punishment, not to the brother-in-laws of them. The court was not having enough evidences against the brother-in-laws, So the Supreme Court decided to send the accused to prison for life, and at last Supreme Court decided to send both of the accused person to the prison for life, not to the sentence of the death. So this way, how Sudha's family have got felt relief at the last. We can say that students, at last the conclusion is that when the trial court has given them the death penalty, the Supreme Court, the High Court, the case was shifted to High Court, and High Court has given different decision, and then after Supreme Court has given its own decision at last. So this is how these three courts are interrelated. This was all the conclusion of the topic. So thank you for watching the video, students. Have a nice day to all.